Hi guys. Well, Survivor Philippines premiered yesterday, so here's my vlog for episode 1, and I think this season's gonna be a good one. And hopefully, a lot of you guys who keep complaining about, the returnees, people coming back and all that, I don't think that this one is gonna fall into that category again. I think this time you're gonna be satisfied with what happens to the returnees. But anyways, enough about that, let's just get into my impression. So Jeff goes over there, does a speech, blah 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 blah. Returnees go up, yeah, and then they all start disembarking off the boat, grabbing the stuff. And I always enjoy seeing that because it's utter chaos. And I thought it was a bit of a bummer that Penner didn't go, oh what? Although I think he did something like that a little later, so hopefully we get some more mouthing off of him because he's awesome at that. I mean, my beep! Alright. So all the tribes go to the beaches and all that, and then my assessments of them begin to form. I haven't got their names down yet, so I'm just going to call them red, yellow, and blue tribes for right now. I'm confident by week 3 I'll have the names down, though. So, Penner's tribe, the red tribe, the one with Jeff Kent also. Well, it looks to be fairly stable for right now. Jeff did get injured, and they didn't really feature it that much other than when they first got onto the beach and all that. But I'm thinking that it's all going to be fairly stable in that and all. Although they are kind of against Penner because he's a returnee and all that, which is why he's looking for the idol. And I thought it was interesting that Jeff brought back the clues for the hidden and meeting the idol. I mean, like, in one world, he said, we're not putting clues because it's obvious that they don't need them. Although, to be fair, there could be a bit of a broader location, more thick foliage, I don't know. I just thought it was strange that Jeff brought it back. Yellow Tribe, I can't really comment on their stability that much because all we got, was like the alliances forming and all that. And I thought that it was interesting how the other guy on the tribe, the black guy, I don't know his name, sorry, didn't get a single confessional. I don't think we heard from him at all this episode. It's strange. We heard from like all the members of that tribe, but we didn't hear from him. So, what do I think about the Young People's Alliance with Scoopin'? Well, I'm glad that Mike's able to get back in and all that, because I want him to last, because, like, out of the three returnees, he's the one that I most want to have a good time out there. Although I think it's a bummer that he's doing all these minor scrapes on him. I don't want to see him fall apart. I want him to get a good ways into the game and be satisfied, and not think that it was a waste. So, like, the Young People's Alliance, I don't really have any big problems with it, as long as just they treat Scoopin' fine. The TV star, Lisa, I think her name is, yeah. First episode unfamiliarity, big time. I don't really mind her, honestly. I want her to have a good time, and I really hope that the personality doesn't bite her that much. Because she's a good person. I can tell she's a good fan of the show and all that, and she's willing to go out there and prove herself and do whatever it takes. The Blue Tribe. Well, given how much they were featured, you could pretty much tell that they were going to lose the immunity, but more on that later. Definitely shady characters, because Russell, at first, I thought he was going to settle in fine. He's like, I'm not going to be the chief and all that, and then he realizes that he's stepping in and all that. Well, he realized it, but I'm just like, oh man, I don't think you're going to be able to hold that promise, and then all the mentions about getting rid of him and all that, it pretty much confirmed my theory that he isn't going to be in as good a position as in Samoa, and that people are just going to be all over him. And that it's going to be a hard battle for him, which is a bummer because the first time he was in a great position and then he goes into a pretty sucky position as of right now. And like Zane, yeah, totally unstable guy. Interesting, but unstable. And then that black chick, Roxanne, maybe? I don't know. I thought it was interesting the comments that she put in there. Oh, and I forgot to mention that girl on the red tribe that I figured out Jeff Kent was Jeff Kent. She's pretty interesting. I want to keep my eye on her because she's just like, I already know who Jeff Kent is, but I'm not going to say it until it becomes valuable information. That's interesting because, for one thing, the Trunks gets Jonathan and all that, but you could potentially turn it into Jeff Kent, you know, which could go all kinds of ways. Bring the Chunkles together, make them unstable, put the target on Jeff, who knows? It's an interesting story arc. I'd like to see more of that. The immunity challenge, personally, I predicted from the moment the challenge began that, yellow was gonna come first, blue was gonna be last, and red was gonna finish second. And even when, blue pulled ahead, I'm like, I don't think so. I think red's gonna catch up. And, the red job just goes right on past. And I was actually really surprised that they won, actually. I mean, and then that they won, that the red tribe came in first, because I was, like, the moment as they were assembling the puzzle, I'm like, okay, it's obvious who's gonna lose the challenge, but I'm pretty sure we know who's gonna win also, but red wins. That's very surprising to me. And really, like I said, given how much they feature the blue tribe, you could predict that they were going to lose. So when they come back, I first thought that Zane really meant that he was like, I'm not too sure I should be here, but then we later learn that it's his trick, and I go, oh, interesting. So they go to Tribal Council. I'm thinking, so Russell's voting for Zane. Zane and Roxy, the black chick, sorry, are gonna vote for Russell. So what are the other three going to do? Because I got the impression that those three were a unit, even though they never said that. And Zane left, which was kind of surprising to me, but I was surprised that he went out 5-1. Because like I said, I so thought the black chick was going to vote for Russell. And, I didn't hate Zane, but, well, he seemed like a kind of a weird personality. It wasn't as bad as Courtney from One World, who I wanted gone for absolutely no reason. I just didn't like her. Zane I actually did kind of like and would have loved to figure more from him, and then he just goes. It's a bit of a bummer, but in a way, he did dig his own grave, and he openly admitted, that he had formed an alliance with everybody, and half the tribe also caught on to it. Uh-huh. So, that's basically for my thoughts there. What do I think is going to happen next week? Well, they didn't really mention anything really for the blue tribe, but I think that tribe's honestly gonna keep self-destructing. I so see them losing one of the next two challenges. They have to go back to Tribal Council and develop their story more. I totally predict that, if the free tribes, damn it. Okay, so, if the merge happens with 12 players, so the free tribes, Nether, dissolve, do switches and all that, if they all go into the original free tribe, suddenly one tribe, I totally predict that the blue tribe is going to be the smallest of the three. I personally think Russell and the black go on the outs, not because they're black, but just because, Russell has got all the hatred and that black chick just kind of seemed a little out from the group. I hope I didn't seem racist now. The yellow tribe, I think they're going to be mostly stable. I hope nothing happens to the TV star. Or at least nothing too bad. They've got a great teamwork there. They have the potential, to win lots of the challenges, so hopefully they keep it up. Mike, I don't see anything happening to him. The red tribe, mostly stable. I don't think Jeff is going to have any more problems. Oh, he'll mention it, but I don't think he'll have that much problems. So, Jonathan, I'm confident he has a damn good chance of doing a forming a better relationship with his tribe, because I've noticed that, even though both the red and blue tribes hate the returnee people that are with them, the red tribe really only hates Jonathan because he's a returnee. The blue tribe hates Russell because of his personality. And that's a big difference. So Russell, I can't really see him forming that great of a relationship right now. It's just going to be the decision of the tribe to keep him there. Jonathan, he'll be able to get himself a hole, I bet. Especially if he finds the idol. How long have we rambled here? Yeah, that sounds about right. So, basically, I just say, same results as this episode. The blue tribe's just gonna go into more hell, and that the red tribe is probably going to improve, and the yellow tribe is gonna stay the way they are. Basically. Hopefully you enjoy this. See you in my next video, be it Survivor or not.